So it's a little bit of a long story. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so Microsoft promotes volunteering throughout the whole
Mm-hmm.
year, but month of October actually is when we highlight the most, and we religiously track internally who is volunteering, who's donating to nonprofit organizations, and then there's even internal competition because we want to raise awareness and help people participate. So, to drive this initiative, every year we come up with Give Champion. Give is our term for the month of October, promoting the volunteering. And then I was selected as a Give Champion last year, exactly a year ago. And then as I was planning the any volunteering event, there's like hundreds and hundreds of options, right? And we have
Mm-hmm.
a portal internally, Benevity, and then we were looking at options. And I wanted to host an event local to my office. I'm based in Dallas, Texas. And
Mm-hmm.
as you know, Microsoft is they have a headquarter in Seattle. So a lot of my teammates who are based in Seattle, the Redmond campus area, they
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of volunteering and they do a lot of events tied to their local community. So like they'll do like, hospitals in that area or nonprofit organizations supporting children in that area. And as I was planning my own volunteering event, I was like, well, I'm Texan and I need to look for a organization that's local to me, that's meaningful to my people around my office area. So I
Uh-huh.
started looking for organizations in Texas. And then I went through multiple organizations, and they have like a profile page in Benevity. And I went through several of them reading, and a lot of them are the ones that I already knew. And then when
Mm-hmm.
I came to the Forgotten Wish Foundation page, I was so moved. I didn't know that the organization existed and the initiative that you guys have. Such a warm, heartwarming activity that you already have. And um, honestly speaking, I don't have very close family member or people in my own circle with disabilities or that are very lonely and disconnected. And
Mm-hmm.
I had like a wake up call because I was thinking, oh my gosh, just because I'm not seeing them every day, that doesn't mean they don't exist. They do exist.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw your website and how it works, I was so touched and I was like, this is it. And I felt like your organization was the bridge for me to connect to the community that I don't normally have access to. So we created a volunteering event. I think we had about, gosh, it was like 30 or 40 people we got together. We were eating lunch together, and then I provided the empty cars and markers.
Uh-huh.
And it was so fun. People were creative, and some people were kind of shy to draw or write, but I think it brought out the goodness of our human nature, and it brought our team together, and we just had fun. And I thought it was such a positive experience for me personally. I'm not only getting closer to the community that I wasn't familiar with, but at the end of the day, it just feels so good to do something for my own community. So it was like a win-win. I not only got the education, but it allowed me to offer my time. And it's such a small gesture, right? It's nothing fancy. It's a very small card, but it still feels very positive, and it feels like, oh, yes, I've added some impact to the community.
That's
So I love
true.
the experience. Ah, that's a good one. Actually, all of them means a lot to me. Um, but for me personally, I'm a very people person. I enjoy talking to people. I'm naturally very curious. I could get nosy. But for me, I enjoy the bonding with people. We
Mhm.
are all very, very different. We all have very different personalities and different background. But I think we're all wired to connect, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
I know there's some introverts out there who don't feel comfortable connecting, but for me personally, I enjoy getting to know people, connecting, and finding out their background, what they enjoy, and they're just human side, right? So for me, not only do I enjoy that, but any opportunity I see that allows me to connect to the broader, bigger network, I enjoy that. So
Mm.
I would have to say it's a combination of everything, like sense of belonging, connection with people, collaboration, bonding. So I feel like it's a mixed answer there. So this is a good question because technically, I don't see the person opening the card that I wrote, right? Like I don't get to
Mhm.
witness or visualize that in person. Um, but just the thought of it, it gives me joy. So, sometimes people have very small gesture, but that brings huge, big happiness, right? Like sometimes,
Mhm.
like when I'm running errands outside, and then I feel like, I feel not pretty and like not dressed up. But if somebody comments like, "Hey, I like your shoes," or "Oh, I like your dress," suddenly, like I get that confidence, right? And it's just that
Mhm. Mhm.
comment. Maybe the person said it casually, but the power of that comment that could make you feel so positive. And I think through your organization, each card has that power, I think. And the responses will be different, but every person opening the card will gain that confidence, will feel that
Mhm.
bonding and connection. So even though I don't get to see the person's reaction in reality, I could already picture the power of words and power of that card can bring to these card receivers. So, since I'm not directly connected to people who are actually receiving these cards, I don't know the
Mhm.
for those receivers. But so last year I hosted this little card making party, and that was a year ago. And then several
Mhm.
people reached out to me throughout the whole year because some people who came to the card making party last year, some of them are managers, so they manage their
Mhm.
team. And then they came to me later and then they say, "Hey, remember we made the cards a while back? Like, what was that organization's name?" And then the reason they're asking is they wanted to do it again with their own team. So
Mhm.
they're curious, like, how do we revisit that site? How do we get to know about your organization? So it was kind of funny. Even though the event was a while ago, people still remember and they enjoyed it so much they wanted to do it again. And
Mhm.
I was talking about this also with my kids. I have two kids. My older one's in college, and my second one, he's in high school. So my son, he's 15, and we're gonna this coming holiday for Christmas, we're gonna try to do like a Christmas party for his friends. So it's like a bunch of 15-year-olds. Um, and we wanted to do something fun, but like meaningful as a group of.
Mhm.
So we were talking about what can we do, and then we came up with like, oh, like typical Christmas style. Like, shall we do cookie decorating, or do you want to build like a gingerbread house? And then the idea like kind of evolved, and then my son's like, "Oh, remember like you were making cards in your office?" And it was very random that he brought it up. And then he was like, "Maybe I could do that with my friends." And I
Aw.
was actually like blown away because I didn't bring that up, and he's 15, right? Like, sometimes
Mhm.
teenagers have their own agenda. And the fact that he was looking for something to do with his friends, like that's meaningful, that's giving back to our community. And I think the reason he thought about that is as he's in high school and a lot of kids are looking for volunteering activities so they could put it on the college resume and then kind of show, "Hey, I am giving back to the community." And I think my son
Mhm.
was looking for opportunity, like what can I do for my own community, and what's like easy enough that we can still enjoy with friends. And I was kind of like moved that he brought it up because it was all on his own. He just decided, "Oh, yeah, this is a good idea." So we're gonna do that this Christmas. And I'm really happy that as a mom, like, of course, I want to give back to my own community. But what I did, that my kids were also watching, right? So they were learning,
Mm-hmm.
they were observing, and now my son's interested in doing the same. So we've been looking around for like empty cards and stickers, and because we want to prepare for that party. But I was happy how it's like chain reaction, right? It doesn't end
That's right.
with you. When it's done the right way and when you're collaborating and sharing with people, it does expand and it does like, go broader. So I was very happy about my son's idea, and I'm happy to see that it doesn't just stay with one person. People who came to the party last year, they're doing with their own team. My son
Mm-hmm.
and now my son's friends will get to know, and I love this like the love spreading. I
That's
think that's
true.
like so fun to watch. So yeah, I have like really exciting expectation how this could go even further. It just like really excites me. Yeah, and I love how easy it is to participate, right? I don't need a special technique. And honestly, I feel like even if you were to make a mistake and misspell something, nobody's gonna judge that letter or card, right? The gesture and then your heart that you're dedicating to the card, that counts. And I love how, you don't need a special degree or special technique to do this. It's so
Uh-huh.
easy. And the whole process was very easy. Like I don't have to, and it's not like a hard labor, right? Like I'm not carrying anything
Mm-hmm.
heavy, I'm not doing anything difficult. And I think a lot of people enjoy writing, especially, handwritten cards, because we don't do that a lot nowadays. And it's surprising how much people enjoy when we had the card party last time. And I think the friendliness of the project, how easy it is. And then so at the party, when I collected all the cards, all I had to do was put it in a box and mail it, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no heavy duty responsibilities, and it was so easy. And at Microsoft, I've been telling people how easy it is, but at the same time, you guys are a small nonprofit organization, and every time we volunteer or participate, and then we claim to Microsoft, hey, Microsoft, I've worked on this project and I've made some cards for Forgotten Wishes Foundation, and I spent an hour on this. And Microsoft actually donates back to your organization based on my volunteering. So I feel like I got very lucky being in this company and
Mm-hmm.
giving me that option. And at the same time, your organization offers the platform for me to, jump in and participate. So I always tell people it's very easy. All you need is just, you don't even need fancy markers, you don't need, fancy colors.
True.
All you need is just a empty card. And when you put that message, what you want to, deliver, it will get delivered, that positive vibe and the way you want to connect to that extended community. The card will do that for you, and then your organization makes that happen. So, yeah, I always emphasize how easy it is to participate.